And we are live.
Aw, Sookie now.
Look
at
out.
me.
Guess we're gonna have to keep StreamYard in their $400. You know how to use it now.
No, that's not a reason.
Now I was looking at EV Mux. That might be
Yeah.
a replacement. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out.
Yep. And then if we need to, we'd do a night where we futz around with it. And
Yeah. We will play the game, play the game, play the game. Yeah, I really feel like somebody's standing on my chest.
it sounds like you do.
And a 300-pound white girl.
No one to see this.
And every time I cough, it hurts.
Boom. I dropped my mucus like a chemist.
A whole lot of that. Yeah, it's my
Oh, that's so
sides,
gross.
my ribs, and the lower back ribs. Every time I cough, it's fucking killing me. But I'm here for you.
Yes. Hey, is Alex watching the Netflix Raw debut tonight?
Yeah, he's over at his buddy's house watching it.
Very cool. Is he still training at all? Or is he done with that?
He's on temporary hold because he had an issue with the people running the gym.
Yeah.
Not so much the people that were doing the wrestling part,
Yeah.
but the part with the people who own the gym he had an issue with, so he stepped back for a while.
I gotcha.
He's been talking about it. All right. Cheap cologne and raccoons. That's what I'm blaming my illness on.
New Jersey.
All right. You ready?
When you put that post up, I said he's got to put the goddamn YouTube link in there. And then I saw it and I was like, I have to play this.
New Jersey. All right.
When I see this, I know I'm in New York. And if it smells like raccoons and cheap cologne, I know I'm in. And then he looks right at the camera. New Jersey. And he smiles. I'm like, you fucker.
Good evening, John. Good evening, Gail. Cranky.
Hello.
All right. Fuck it. Let's do this.
John, sorry about your Vikings yesterday, dude.
If they could have just gotten Justin Jefferson a touchdown.
I'm telling you, man. They were on him like stink
were.
on shit. They weren't letting him get anything.
Cost me money. All right.
Motherfuckers.
Owe me $10. All right. I'm gonna give you a 5 in Shree. Who's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you Hip Hop Degrees, the troll getting trolled, P supporting his community, Jinx suing UMG, Dame losing everything, the Chef and Tarantino, and everyone's favorite OG going toe-to-toe with the cops. What else? Besides a host who sounds like he is battling through it? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now a witness strength,
And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback himself, James Robbins.
A very pleasant welcome to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 571, your favorite hip-hop podcast, featuring your two favorite idiots, bringing you all the hip-hop news that there is to bring you. Bill up in New York, Jamie under the weather in Virginia. But he is here because he is a trooper. Jay, I'd ask how you are, but you are not well. You are not well.
I am unwell. Yes. I don't know what happened. I blame it on New Jersey.
And the raccoons and cheap cologne.
Yep. And I was fine. We went up Wednesday. On the drive back Saturday, I started feeling like something's not right. You know, a little sniffling here and there. By the time we got back Saturday at like 7:00, I sat down on the couch, put a blanket over. I don't use blankets on the couch. I'm usually shorts and a t-shirt. And
Oh, I know. I've been to your house.
Yep.
I'm the old guy who sits with the blanket on. You're the guy who's like, it's fucking hot in here.
yeah, well, and that's what I told you about tonight. I said
Yeah.
I came down here to get started, and I had my hoodie on, and then 5 minutes later, I got sweat pouring off me, so I had to take it off. So, excuse me if there are wardrobe changes throughout the evening. I will try to have no malfunctions.
Will you be changing your clothes as much as the kid from Lamageddon?
Maybe. Although I think I only have 3 shirts available though.
That kid had like 17. Ah, that was one of my favorite moments ever at your house. Gail says she likes it cold
Yeah.
as opposed to
Raw?
Oh baby, I like it raw.
Yeah. No, it's
Little shout out to ODB.
we're supposed to get snow tonight. I heard you got some.
We got some today. Yeah, it was just a dusting, just enough to look out the window and be like, it looks like the inside of a snow globe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been cold though. But that's the thing. You're in that belt line.
Coming across
That's-
the middle
yeah.
of the country.
Yeah, that looks like a giant penis on most of the weather maps. Yeah, you're in that spot, so you're going to be getting some shitty weather over the next few days, I think.
That's right. I feel like shitty weather, and I don't plan to move or go anywhere, so it's okay with me.
So you just lay on your couch with your blanket and watch your TV until the shit clears. I will say, in my regular job, we have had a shit ton of flu and RSV and everything else going through.
There's supposed to be some new trifecta thing out.
I had a COVID positive come in today, so
Yeah. Yeah, Rye was telling me, she said there's some new three-pronged thing, and I'm like, yeah, I would be the fucking one to get that.
yeah.
Because the one show that I've missed was because I had a coronavirus, not
I was going to say, you
COVID-19.
had coronavirus, but
Yes.
that was
before it was cool.
3 years before it was COVID. I think that was back in 2015 or 16 that you had it.
It was early. I can tell you the one thing I remember about it is we were supposed to have Chuck Chill out on that show.
But he canceled before we did.
He canceled before it, but then I called him because we had rescheduled for that show, and I called him and said,
Yeah,
I'm going to the hospital.
right. I remember
We
that
still
too.
haven't gotten him back on, so we got to get a hold of Chuck and get him on the show.
I was just talking about that with somebody today because, oddly enough, I took somebody's temperature and it came in at 98.7, and he goes Kiss FM, and I said, "Funny you mentioned that." I said,
I
"We've
just wrote a story about it.
had Red Alert give us a bump on our show.
Had an interview with him.
We had an interview with him, and we had an interview with Chuck that was supposed to happen, and yeah, H5N1. That's the and it's. I'll tell you what, man. The person I did the flu or the swab on today, before the control light lit up on the test, the fucking COVID one did, and I was like, oh man, she's sick.
I remember when I was in the Navy and the H1N1 came out, and we were all calling it the Heine. Mm-hmm.
What was that originally? What was that? Was that the swine flu or the
Yeah.
bird flu or? It was one of those things.
I did not, and that is why I got whatever type of coronavirus I
That
did.
is hysterical. So, I will be doing a lot of the talking tonight,
You
so
will.
Jamie can mute himself so he doesn't it sounded like an old Bill Cosby routine.
no tissue.
But you got your rum,
I do. I haven't. I was telling you before we went on the air. I haven't had coffee since Saturday morning,
which is a ridiculous thing for you to say.
and I haven't had rum since Friday night.
Which is a ridiculous thing for you to say.
Yeah, so I believed it would be a giant jinx if I didn't have both for
Jamie,
the show.
who does not like whiskey or bourbon, has had more hot toddy than rum over the last couple of days.
Trying to burn this shit out.
So that's not going to be much different from any other week, but you'll hear a lot.
But I will be leaning on him more though.
Yes. And there's not as much of me to lean on, by the way.
Yeah.
I am officially down 25 pounds on my
Yes.
weight loss journey, so
Congratulations.
I'm feeling well. I don't know if it's noticeable. I notice it in the face. I
Yeah,
don't-
well, that's the only part of you I see. So
Yeah, well, it's the only part I show people, man. You're not coming to the bathroom when I'm showering, so.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not-
there you
it's not
go.
gonna help.
vitamin M and change your socks, according to
That's what
Cranky,
I've been
which
doing,
is
Cranky. That's the plan.
it is the plan.
That's
man.
what I was taught. That's all I know.
Do you put the onion in your socks to draw out the toxins through your heels?
No.
Because apparently that's a thing. I know you're
No.
allergic to onions if
Yeah.
you eat them. I don't know if you're allergic to them on contact.
I am allergic to the juice of the onion, is what it is.
Okay, so you probably couldn't do that anyway
it's
because it
not
would
what something I would
aggravate.
try to do. No,
Apparently that works. I've never done it, but apparently that works. But I know you can't do onions.
no.
But what you can do is be so kind, since we have some hip hop headlines,
We do.
and then some woo news, and then a one and done, which sounds like the name of a Public Enemy song, or at least the
Yes.
intro of a Public Enemy song. That's gross. That's gross.
Yeah.
They have a color chart for that.
You know what mine is? Fucking brown.
Doodle brown. If you bleach the chocolate starfish, should that technically be called changing your ringtone?
No, it becomes white chocolate.
On that note, we have a record of the week
We do.
from our artist of the month,
We do.
and it's not the one that I
We did it.
was angling for. We did do
way
it.
back. Yep, I looked it up.
Okay.
I checked.
We've done so many of them. That one slipped by me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was in like the first 100 and something, so it's okay.
of course, I will read lyrics. We will not have a foosball update because the foosball
Will
has
not.
already been awarded. Once
Yeah.
again, congratulations to Dr. Tim. And then we will go through the motions of mentioning our friends and getting on out of here. But
We will.
to get out of here, we got to get into here first. Let us start with, since you are on the less talky, more production. Thank you, John. I there's very few of them that I'm proud of. That one, although I shouldn't be proud of that in any way, shape, or form, but
No.
I thought it was a pretty good double entendre. Would you please be so kind to hit me with a little of that Triple H?
This is Hip Hop Headlines, brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your time.
My toin is going to start with Yahoo!
Yes.
They don't even do that. They don't even have commercials anymore,
No, I
but
know.
someone's
They
got
don't
to
need
keep that shit alive.
Don't worry, there'll
So-
be another one.
Oh, Rob's in the house. Hello,
up,
Rob. What up, fool? This according to The Griot by way of Yahoo Entertainment. Lupe Fiasco is to teach a course on rap as part of a new Bachelor of Music in Hip Hop program at a university I never would have guessed.
No, that was one that I was like, where?
This is a world-renowned university. You've called this one Hip Hop Degree, by the way.
Yes,
which,
I did.
I don't think hip-hop when I think Johns Hopkins University.
No.
Although there is a hip-hop tie-in to Johns Hopkins. If you remember Something the Lord Made on HBO,
I don't.
which starred the artist formerly known as Most Def as Vivian Thomas. Vivian Thomas, who worked at Johns Hopkins University.
Nice. Aren't they known for their culinary programs at Johns Hopkins?
They're also known for their medical.
Okay.
In fact, they're the ones who developed the treatment for the blue baby syndrome, and that's what that movie was about. If you have Max, which has all the HBO stuff on it, I cannot recommend that movie enough if you haven't seen it. It's Alan Rickman. It's Most Def. It is Mary Stuart Masterson, I believe, is in it. It is one of the best HBO movies I have ever seen.
I got HBO Max on a trial so I could watch the Yacht Rock movie documentary.
If you like Mos Def should have gotten some kind of an award for his performance in this movie. He was fantastic. The name of the movie is Something the Lord Made. And I'm telling you right now, it is, when you get Severus Snape, or what was the name of the guy he played in Die Hard that fell from Yakatomi Plaza?
Oh,
Hans Gruber?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was also the Metatron. He was the voice of God in Dogma.
Yes, he was. And he was also the big scumbag who cheated on his wife in Love Actually. So
There you go.
So Lupe Fiasco is teaching a course on rap as part of a new Bachelor of Music and Hip Hop program at Johns Hopkins University's Peabody Institute, which I've also heard of on a performance basis.
Okay.
This is not the first institution that he has this degree thing at.
Really? So like he's like 1B where he travels to different schools?
This institution is now added to a resume that already includes a couple of institutions you might have heard of. MIT
Yeah, I think I heard of that one.
and Yale University.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Ivy League school.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have heard of it because we never would have gotten into it.
No, we get to a poison Ivy League school, but
one of hip hop's most thoughtful and thought-provoking MCs is Lupe Fiasco. His albums often densely packed listening experiences that highlight his talents for both songwriting and lyrical performance. Johns Hopkins students will now get to experience that talent for themselves. Fiasco recently announced via Instagram that he'll be joining Johns Hopkins in fall of 2025 as a distinguished visiting scholar in the university's Peabody Institute, the oldest conservatory in the United States. Yeah, there was nobody of redeeming value hardly in that movie. Everybody was kind of a scumbag in that movie.
so it's kind of like League.
Yeah, pretty much. But this had a Christmas theme to it.
Yeah.
Fiasco teaches a course on rap as part of the conservatory's new Bachelor of Music in Hip Hop program, a program that sounds as fascinating and engaging as any that we've ever heard of. Mm-hmm. According to the school's website, this is how they describe it. The new Bachelor of Music in Hip Hop combines the resources and strengths of Peabody Institute's industry-leading music engineering and technology programs with the conservatory's long history of excellence in performance training. The department is headed by award-winning composer, producer, beat maker, pianist, and professor Wendell Patrick. Following the one-on-one studio model of a traditional conservatory education, you will develop your skills in lessons with a private instructor. Turntable majors will study with a world-class turntablist. You can major in turntablism.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
B can get a degree.
He could teach.
He probably could. Rap majors with a chart-topping MC. You can major in rap. And you'll get to perform with and for your colleagues in an environment that encourages experimentation and authenticity. That's some fucking degree program there, man. And while this program may be...
online?
Huh?
Can I take it online?
Probably not.
Damn it.
While this degree program may be new, Fiasco's foray into teaching isn't. In 2022, the rapper tapped for the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's MLK Visiting Professor and Scholars Program to teach a class titled Rap Theory and Practice in the MIT Comparative Media Studies and Writing Department. As if he wasn't busy enough, in 2023, he was chosen for Yale University's 4-year Saybrook Associate Fellow Program. Needless to say, he kind of enjoys the whole academic thing. And with an award-winning artist as a teacher, hopefully his students enjoy it too. So, congratulations to Lupe Fiasco. Not a guy I listen to a lot.
No, but it's a name you know enough.
But it's a name, yes, exactly. It's a name I know enough, and it's an artist that if I hear it on like Rock the Bells or something, I know who it is.
Right.
I just don't own anything.
Right. No, not everybody does.
But I don't
own everything from everyone.
It's not one of the ones that I immediately turn off. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's an impressive resume of institutions to have your name associated with. So
If my name was associated with all of them, it would be like was turned down for
yes,
enrollment by.
I have rejection letters by all of these schools. Get out the club.
We just talked about this. Was it last week that he had to do his
Yes,
residency before he could
before he
tag
could.
along and do a new album with Eminem?
Right. He's getting hammered for this for some reason or another.
Yeah, but by who?
By somebody who's going to hammer him no matter what he does.
Right, his fellow troll. Yes.
All hip hop brings us this. I would say Tweedledum is going to yell back at Tweedledee
Yeah.
because that's what those two basically do to each other.
Yeah.
Ja Rule has mocked 50 Cent's Las Vegas residency after a brutal review goes viral. You know, Ja's going to look for any reason he can to go after 50 because 50 goes after him like a dog on a bone whenever he
Yeah.
can. So Ja relished the opportunity to taunt Curtis Jackson over a scathing review of his residency in the club. He's enjoying the negative reviews.
Well, of course he is.
50 launched his 6-day run of Sin City shows on December 27th, earning $15 million with an M dollars for the dates. Might be enough to pay his child support.
Might be.
With 2 shows remaining in his Las Vegas residency, a viral review has already sparked widespread attention for its scathing critique. On New Year's Day, Ja Rule reposted a clip from blogger Jennifer Gay, who's better known as Vegas Starfish. You can't get past the starfish. today.
Vanilla Starfish is her name, yes.
She has 1.7 million TikTok followers. Gay claimed to have seen 50 make pure magic decades ago, but panned his Vegas residency show into club. The sound was balanced poorly, making it impossible to hear the performance. His hype men were unrelenting and overbearing, making it difficult to hear anything but their echoes.
I hate that. I don't care who it is.
But
If I go
that's
to
not
see-
the artist's fault. That's the mixer's fault.
Yeah, yeah. If I can't hear the person I went to see, but I can hear the 1, 2, 5, 9 hype men that are on the stage, I'm not happy.
No.
I didn't pay to hear them.
According to Gay, promoters promised an unforgettable
Gay
night full of
promoters.
surprises and energy. Yes, gay promoters. She says it was anything but. The only surprise was the lack of energy. There was almost no crowd engagement. This was the worst live performance for any artist I've ever attended. Of course, Ja Rule was quick to troll 50 Cent, writing, "Not the worst."
One of, but
Hey.
not the worst.
Ja Rule also says, "I did it first." He clapped back at detractors
Yeah,
in
the
his
worst.
replies. Yes. Somebody asked him, and he said, "Where's your residency?" At least he
did
booked.
one.
At least he booked, busy and getting paid. And Ja replied, "As usual, I did it first," and went on to argue that not only did he do it better, but sustained it with longevity. His criticism of 50's residency come days after he slammed 50 over a long-standing rumor. Fifth previously claimed he bought out the first 4 rows of one of Ja's concert, leaving them empty. He says, "You believe this dumb shit? He's a fat fucking liar," he said.
That's a lie.
So I understand the criticism, but you cannot blame the artist for shitty mixing of the sound. You can't.
No,
He's not the one on the board.
no. But if I'm going to see Hammer, I don't want to hear Too Big MC all night.
Not instead of Hammer, no.
No.
You want to hear him in proper proportion.
Yes, proper.
You want him to
Yes.
be just right, not too big.
No, just right MC. I don't think
Just
that
right
happens.
MC, right? I don't think that's a thing, but it should be. Holding grudges, as if Ja Rule and 50 Cent wasn't enough of holding grudges.
Yeah.
Outlaws.
This one goes way back.
Yeah, this one goes super back. Hot New Hip Hop brings this. Young Noble, who is a member of the Outlaws, disses Nas. Ooh. You playing with fire, Scarecrow. in a new song called Euthanasia with Nas, N-A-S,
yes.
in capital letters. So it's probably euthanasia.
Yes.
Apparently the war rages on and has been going for a while. Tupac and Nas did not get along, despite or perhaps because of this fact that they were two of the most respected rappers of their generation. They clashed. Tupac bombed on Nas with the single Against All Odds, which came out after his death. Nas allegedly dissed Tupac on The Message. Unsurprisingly, Tupac's group, The Outlaws, took his side in the feud. Well, what would you expect them to do?
Yeah.
They declared war on Nas and the rest of the East Coast, and based on their latest release by Outlaws rapper Young Noble, the war is not over.
Okay, this is Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. You say Tupac won this battle.
Yeah.
Everyone's moved on, and then Tupac's boys come back after Nas has already moved on and forgotten it.
Young Noble released a diss against Nas Thursday, January 2nd, titled Euthanasia. The diss sees the Outlaws veteran absolutely tear into Nas as though it's still 1996. The lyrics aren't quite on par with what Nas has been putting out as of late. And would you have expected them to be, really?
Nope.
But that's an unreasonably high bar. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
Young Noble spends a lengthy 7 minutes digging into Nas's past and rumors that he's heard from peers like Nori. The beat goes pretty hard, even if it does eventually wear out, it's welcome. A solid diss, and one that should come as no surprise given Young Noble's recent comments about Nas. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes no one does win the war.
Yeah.
Jason, that's a good point. Sometimes you just got to let the war end. You know?
Yeah, but then they wouldn't be relevant like Nas is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although one of the Ball brothers said nobody listens to Nas anymore, so.
And he doesn't hardly play basketball anymore.
He does not know.
Yeah, you know what this is? This is Young Noble with a case of the look at me's, is what it is.
Very much so.
My kids have that.
Yeah.
When they were like 9.
Yeah.
So the Outlaws rapper recently called out Snoop Dogg for misremembering an incident involving Tupac and Nas. He claimed that Snoop misrepresented the interaction the two rappers had at Bryant Park in the 1990s. He had a wild version of the story, like Nas had Pac surrounded and all that. I'm thinking maybe Snoop don't realize all these Nickelbacks is actually with Tupac, not with Nas. The rapper showed nothing but love for Snoop, given the latter's bond with Tupac, but he did jokingly reference Kendrick Lamar's recent call out of Snoop on the song Whacked Out Murals. Young Noble felt that it may have been the edibles that Snoop was taking that compromised his memory of the Bryant Park incident. When Kendrick was saying to Snoop, I hope it was the edibles, I hope it was the edibles when he said this one. So we shall see if anything more comes up from this.
Yes.
But I could picture Snoop hearing this Young Noble saying stuff and Snoop going, in my best Friday voice, who the fuck is that bitch?
Is that a name that I should know? Hold on. Let me call Too Big MC, see what he knows.
Just right, MC.
Yes.
Because you don't want him too loud.
No.
Reopen Bourbon Street.
Yeah, okay. I will tell you. So, if there's Cool Keith involved, it will always be in the show. Mm-hmm. If Master P is out there doing shit, it will always be in the show. I'm not a huge Master P rap fan. I am
a fan of Percy Miller, the person.
Fuck yes. So when he goes out and does shit, I'm making sure people know.
Absolutely. So I'm glad you put this in.
Yeah,
Master
P.
P.
Made people say,
Nah. Master P helps New Orleans mayor reopen Bourbon Street after the deadly terror attack last week. The attack that forced the postponement of the Sugar Bowl by a day.
Yeah.
And Georgia never came back from it, and Notre Dame whooped their ass.
They whooped that trick. Yeah.
Master P was on hand with New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell to reopen Bourbon Street for the first time since a terrorist attack killed at least 14 people.
Yes.
In a video posted on Instagram Thursday, January 2nd, the No Limit mogul walks down the iconic street and says, "I'm out here standing up for our people on Bourbon Street and in New Orleans. We're going to bounce back. It's nothing but love out here, showing that Bourbon Street is opening back up. The love that's out here is incredible because this evil act that happened, it can't stop the Lord's plan." Master P, this ain't no motherfucking P, can then be seen meeting with residents and leading a procession of officials down the landmark street as music plays, which is a thing that they do in New Orleans. You can have a parade anytime you want in New Orleans.
Well, it's like I sent you a video from Vegas on how they get ready for a hockey game. They come through New York with an entire drum line,
Right.
and the cheerleaders, and everybody follows them over to the stadium, over to the arena, to T-Mobile.
I'll never be able to experience that because we will never step foot
Yes,
in
I know.
Vegas again. But I was
That's why I
actually
recorded it for you.
You do know the original time we went to Vegas, I was going to go to the NHL All-Star
All-Star game,
Skills. Yeah, and then we had to leave.
Yes.
Thankfully, we got refunded for that. That was nice. They didn't have to do that.
They didn't. But that was
Master P can then be seen meeting with residents and leading the procession. He captioned the post, "Built on resilience, we stronger together, city of New Orleans," which is also a Willie Nelson song, by the way.
okay. Noted.
You know, it's the one that goes, "Good morning, America, how are ya?
All right. They all sound the same to me.
Don't you know me? I'm your native son."
I think Me First and the Gimme Gimmes covered that.
They probably did.
Yeah.
So far, at least 14 people have been killed after a man driving a rented pickup truck rammed into a crowd of partygoers celebrating the new year. The perpetrator was identified as Shamsuddin Jabbar, who was shot dead at the scene by police. And the less we say about that guy, the better. I don't want to give him any more oxygen than he deserves. So that is my fuck fill in the blank for the week. Fuck that guy.
Yep. He gone.
So he gone. And fuck him too. So
yes.
Jinx versus UMG.
Look, let me.
This is
interrupt
not a
article.
versus battle, by the way.
No. Let me interrupt this article by saying we have had some very big victories lately.
We have.
I have now figured out. I have it saved as an actual.
I was going to say,
document.
you have a cut and paste that you
I
just.
do. Yeah, I found the one that worked because we used to get turned down all the time.
Right.
And I found the one that worked, and they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll release our claim." So I saved that motherfucker.
Yep.
And now every time we get one, I put it in
Cut
there.
and paste.
And it works every time. They go,
Yep.
Okay, we'll let it go. We'll let it
We
go.
just had 2 more that were released today that you sent me.
Yep.
Hot new hip hop once again. Dr. Dre, no accent.
No.
And Ice Cube's Sir Jinx has sued Warner, Atlantic, and Universal Music Group over legendary West Coast rapper Yo-Yo, friend of the show.
Yo-Yo, yes.
Yo-Yo.
Yeah, not having anything to do with Yo-Yo. He didn't come after Yo-Yo,
No.
but it's her song.
Sir Jinx ain't playing with Yo-Yo and the record labels. Now, Sir Jinx, if you may not know, is Dre's cousin
He is.
and Cube's longtime producer.
Oh, yeah.
And he has gone to war with the biggest labels in music
Hey, so have I.
over royalties for Yo-Yo's debut album. A lawsuit. We haven't filed a lawsuit.
No, I hope
A
we don't have to.
lawsuit
I ain't got that kind of money.
against Warner Music Group, Atlantic Records, and Universal Music Group claims that Jinx is owed $62,090 in unpaid royalties for his production on the legendary West Coast rap star's 1991 album, Make My Way to the Motherlode. Sir Jinx produced her most memorable hit, You Can't Play With My Yo-Yo.
You may have
add-
heard that song.
To add further strain, don't try to play me out.
No.
To add further strain, he claims to have already paid income taxes on the expected royalties, compounding the financial blow. The lawsuit charges the defendants with breach of contract, bad faith dealings, and unjust enrichment. Beyond seeking financial restitution, Jinx demands a full accounting of the royalty records to trace the missing funds. Further strain, he claims to have already paid income tax on the expected royalties, And the lawsuit charges the defendants with breach of contract, bad faith, unjust enrichment. I don't know why they repeated that, but they did. This latest lawsuit not only seeks to address financial grievances, but also serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by creatives in reclaiming their rightful earnings. Jinx says this is not about money. It's about preserving the integrity of his contributions to a genre that he states he helped define. Now, Yo-Yo, after music, pivoted to acting and video games. Her film credits include Jason's Lyrics, Menace to Society, and Sister Act 2. Make My Way to the Motherlode solidified her as a legend in West Coast hip-hop. Many future female rap stars would credit her as an influence on their pursuit of rap, including Rough and Tough with her Afro Puffs, Lady of Rage.
Lady of Rage, straight out of Farmville, VA.
Saweetie.
Yep.
And Kamaya as well. And
you forget
she's a friend of the show.
Yes, Yo-Yo was also Shanae's friend Kilolo on Martin. Kilolo.
Kilolo. So get him, Jinx. That's all I'm going to say. Because we get hassled by these motherfuckers all the time, too. So
yeah,
get him, Jinx. We going to sick Jinx on him.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
2 T's, 2 U's, 4 tickets, 1 fucking asshole.
Did you hear about this?
Not before you sent this to me.
Yeah.
And then I saw it in a couple of different places.
Yeah, this was, I saw this while I was in New Jersey.
This is from the New York Post by way of Yahoo!
Yes.
Once again.
Because once is not enough.
Ice-T.
Yes.
Is on body cam video during a tense exchange with a police officer.
Yep.
Calling him a fucking asshole. And he says, this motherfucker.
He was kind of being, I watched the video. I don't know if you got a chance to see the video.
I did. He was being an asshole.
Yes. Now, Ice was wrong, which is why he's getting 4 tickets. You'll find out. He was wrong for what he did. But the police officer was also very wrong for how he approached things, which when the other officer came over and they straightened things out is probably the way it should have been handled.
Right.
Go on with your board, Phil.
Ice-T got a little hot.
Yeah. He was driving his Porsche.
He wasn't so iced.
No.
The rapper and Law & Order SVU star had a heated exchange with law enforcement in New Jersey. This was all the way last May, but it's just being put out now.
Yeah.
After being pulled over for expired license plates. And he called the police officer a fucking asshole.
Yeah. So,
which is not illegal, by the way.
No. And he asked if he was being arrested. So Ice is driving a car.
Well, of course he's going to know. He's Tutuola. He knows the deal. He's read enough scripts.
He didn't get the pages this week. So, so he's driving his, I think it was a Porsche, to get the registration renewed. And it's been expired since 2021 because it's been sitting.
Was his Porsche. Yep. Yeah.
It's been sitting in his driveway. He has 5 cars. That one has been sitting in his driveway.
Yeah,
and he's trying to get his stuff straightened out. So he was driving to the DMV. Mm-hmm. He was pulled over across the street from the DMV.
Yeah.
And the cop basically said, you know, your registration's expired. He said, I understand, officer. He said, you know, I came to the DMV yesterday and their system was down, so they told me to come back today. He said, I've got all my paperwork here. And he said, we'll give you your license. He said, I'm going to let you know my license is expired too, but the paperwork is still in there. You have it. You can see that's also part of what I'm here for. And he says, he said something to him about, I said, can I just pull over here and park the car and I'll walk across the street to the DMV and get everything taken care of? And he said, no. He said, I'm going to have your car towed. And that's when he got spun up. Mm-hmm. And he said, am I under arrest? He said, no. He said, then I'm going to get out of the car and I'm going to start filming you as we have this conversation. Mm-hmm. And that's when things got heated. And he's like, what time was your appointment yesterday? He's like, I don't need an appointment. He goes, you need an appointment at the DMV. He says, I don't, because they know who I am, so I can just come in there and they take care of me. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't care if this guy says he doesn't know who Ice-T is, that's crock shit. I mean, it's not a rap thing. It's a universal part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Ice-T.
You might not have ever listened to an Ice-T record in your life, and that's
And you
fine.
can
But
be
I
pissed
know
off and
motherfucker
calculate.
has seen SVU reruns. Because you can't spit in the wind without hitting an SVU or a Law and Order rerun on 14 different channels 12
Yeah.
times a day.
Yep. But yeah, the other cop showed up, got it straightened out, and he's like, well, I'm still giving him 4 tickets. He's like, that's fine. He earned the tickets. Give him the tickets. He goes, but let him go over there and fix his stuff. You don't need to tow his car. He's like, are we cool? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. Like, but you had to be a dick trying to
Yeah.
show off. Like, oh, check my body cam footage. I had Ice-T's car towed today.
And then Ice was like, give me my paperwork, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Give me my fucking paperwork.
Yep. And that's what he kept saying. He's like, you have my paperwork. You see what I'm here for. You know, it shows that I was here yesterday. I had to come back today. You know, I will even walk across the street. I will park my car. And he's like, nope, I'm towing it. And he's like, whoa, no, you're not.
So the 4 tickets he got: driving with a suspended license,
Yep.
improper display, no inspection sticker, and missing front plates. Which I guess are all legit in that case.
Yeah, that's what I said. You know, he probably deserved the 14. He broke the law.
And
He
I
knows he broke the
guarantee
law.
if this thing goes to traffic court and he proves he was there to get all that done,
Right.
judge is going to toss all that.
Yeah.
Sergeant,
He won't. He'll probably just pay it and move on.
yeah. He tried to persuade the officer to reduce the number of citations from 4 to 2, and the officer was a dick about that too. Sheriffs then allowed Ice to leave his car parked while he walked into DMV to update his license and registration. The officer then says to Ice, just next time show some respect. And Ice
Yeah.
said, I don't have to.
Yeah. And it's true. I mean, I don't know.
You are
Okay.
not required to be respectful to the police. It'll help you.
Yes, it could
But-
help.
Here's the thing, and I say this all the time, and I know somebody's going to jump on me for making this reference. It's like I say in refereeing. You treat respect with respect. You treat disrespect with the rule book.
Yeah.
And in this case, the disrespect came from the cop, and Ice pulled the rule book and said, I don't have to be nice to
Yeah.
you. I
But-
don't have to be respectful to you.
The cop also pulled it on him and said, I'm giving you 4 tickets because you were a dick.
And that's
you
what he
earned
said.
these
He's like, and I don't think he argued. Well, he tried to get 2 of them taken care
Yeah.
of, but
But yeah, at the end of the day, I did that shit. You didn't tow my car. Let's call it even.
yeah. And that's where it should have ended. That cop never should have ended it with just show some respect
Yeah.
next time. No,
Yeah.
no. Stop fucking throwing matches on fires that are just about out.
Yep. Yeah, your partner came in, settled shit. We can move on.
Learn. It's like arguing with your wife, man. Don't get the last fucking word in because it's not going to be the last word.
Nope.
Never. Never. It
Never,
isn't in
ever.
my house.
Ever?
I never get the last word in.
You think you do?
No, I've stopped trying. I will walk away at this point. So,
It will let us move on.
yes. I like this one. What's next? His underwear?
Dude, they're coming for everything from this guy.
Not as
Everything.
much as Rudy Giuliani, but that's another story.
No, but they're
Hot new hip hop. Once again brings us this. Film director has asked a judge for Dame Dash's jewelry to settle a lawsuit. I'm not going to tell Brian anything. He won't listen to me. This film director wants all the jewelry. Dame Dash, who is the co-founder of Rockefeller Records, continues to grapple with escalating legal challenges. According to court documents, director Josh Weber and Muddy Water Pictures LLC, who are suing Dash, have petitioned Judge Robert Lehrberger of the Southern District of New York to enforce 2 unresolved judgments against him, totaling $823,284.71. Weber urges the court to compel Dash to produce ownership documents for his businesses, Lebanon Improvements LLC, Ocean East Improvements LLC, 1996 Songs LLC, and Black Rock LLC, and deliver them to
What
the
about
United States Marshal. No, just
Rock,
black.
Ron.
Nope. Nope, Ron got out of there.
Damn.
Muddy Water Pictures has also requested a court order to auction Dame Dash's personal jewelry identified in court filings to satisfy the outstanding debts. The items listed include a gold necklace, a Dame gold chain, a Dusko gold chain, a gold watch, 3 gold rings, 2 Rockefeller necklaces, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Indeed.
And a diamond and gold earrings. Prominently displayed on Dash's social media accounts, these pieces are now at risk of being sold to repay creditors.
So you're going after his necklace that says Dame on it. That's just vengeful. I mean, that's,
Yeah, 'cause
I
who's
understand
gonna
he owes
buy
you
that?
money. I understand he owes you money, but who's going to buy?
The legal battle comes amid other financial obligations weighing on Dame. Last October, a public auction of his assets was scheduled to allocate proceeds to various creditors. These include $193,000 earmarked for child support payments and over $1.7 million in unpaid state taxes. Photographer Monique Bunn is also listed as a claimant seeking $12,000. The overall tax liabilities tied to Dash reportedly exceed $7 million with an M dollars.
That's a lot.
As the plaintiffs push for resolution, the fate of Dash's assets hangs in the balance. The outcome could mark a significant turning point for the music mogul, whose legacy is now overshadowed by these legal and financial situations. These unfold against the backdrop of a contentious relationship with Rockefeller co-founder Hawaiian Sophie. Dame and Hawaiian Sophie have been embroiled in a separate legal dispute over Reasonable Doubt,
Like a steak.
Hawaiian Sophie's debut album. The ongoing feud has strained their once close partnership, adding further drama to Dame's already precarious situation.
Ooh,
Let's put it that way.
precarious.
Yeah, that's a good word, isn't it?
That's a 2025 word.
Well, that's where we are, so
Yes.
I'm glad I
that's
used it.
We would not have used that word last year.
Let's get more Hawaiian Sophie news, shall we?
Sure. Let's get
Insert
everybody
name
irritated.
here, Hall of Fame. Hawaiian Sophie wanted the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame rebranded to the Hip Hop Hall of Fame
Okay.
and says that rock is dead.
Okay. And
Here's my thing
go for it.
on this. Sophie is no better than fucking Gene Simmons with this.
No, he's not.
So that's all I'm going to say.
Alfredo had a whole thing on this, I think, last night, and I missed it because
I
was
missed it too
beat to
because
shit.
I was out, so I didn't
Well, I
get
was
to
out
jump
too. I
in
was
on this.
Knocked out.
No, I wasn't knocked out. My partner almost got knocked out, dude. My partner in the high school game took a slap shot from 6 feet right in his fucking cup, dude.
Nice.
Oh man, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
He didn't even go down. He just stood there like a fucking statue.
One of those.
And I'm waiting for him to go down, and I'm like, he's either dead where he's standing or he's in shock. And then one of the teams actually scored a goal while he was trying to recover.
While he was standing there staring.
So the one guy was like, I wish you had blown it dead. They wouldn't have scored. I'm like,
yeah.
he wasn't down. It's like an injured player. But man, he literally 6 to 10 feet away, full blown slap shot.
Nope.
Right in the mom and daddy button.
That's a nope.
That was a big nope.
Yeah. So even if hip hop artists are the only ones going into the hall from here on out, what are you doing about the people before you that were in there that founded this hall?
Yeah.
Who were rock and roll artists?
Yeah.
You can't. Everything.
Which, by the way, did you watch the induction ceremony last week?
I did not. I was in New Jersey.
It was on, I think CBS played it.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of it. I
It
saw
was,
the
Wednesday night, wasn't it?
I think so. I saw
Yeah,
the
'cause that was-
Kool and the Gang intro, and that was phenomenal because they came out and performed.
Yeah.
And then I turned it off when they were inducting Foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
None of the original band members of Foreigner were on the stage to perform as Foreigner.
Really?
And you know who was doing the fucking vocals?
No.
Demi fucking Lovato.
I don't know if that's good or not.
That was a slap in the face, man. Lou Graham died and then rolled over in his grave and then came back to life. That's how bad that was.
Yeah, I would have rather had Dan's and Fame doing their version of Cold as Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but you cannot change the name of an institution.
No.
Because different style of music is being inducted into it. Yeah, you're gonna take Chuck Berry out because he was rock and roll and this is now the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. No. And
You want
I
to do
don't
that? Call it
even
the Blues
agree-
Hall of Fame. Every piece of music started as the blues.
I don't even agree with the Music Hall of Fame. It is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. You should be happy you're there,
Yeah.
whoever you are. Dolly Parton. I'm sure she is happy she's there. She is nowhere near rock and roll.
Be happy that you were invited to the dance. Mm-hmm. Don't criticize the DJ when you get there.
that should be even more impressive that you are a hip hop artist, have always been a hip hop artist, have, by your words, had no rock and roll
and
influence.
have convinced people of a mostly rock and roll background
Yeah.
that your contributions are worthy enough to be recognized and thought of as Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah, in their Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Which is, I mean, I wouldn't have put him in anyway because I think Jay-Z's not that great.
Right.
The only Jay-Z song I like is Empire State of Mind.
Yep. Yeah. But
I could tolerate Dirt Off Your Shoulder, but that's about it. Yeah, I mean,
he's got the money.
yeah.
He could start his own Hip Hop Hall of Fame, put himself in, just like on the Rock the Bells top 10 albums of the year. Mm-hmm. The Force was like number 2. Okay, I understand you have to put it there because you're on LL's channel.
Right.
This is the same thing. If Jay-Z wants to start a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, go ahead, put yourself in the first class. But, you know,
Perks of ownership, man.
put up or shut up. I mean, if otherwise, be happy.
Shut
that you
up.
are-
Be happy.
Exactly.
Go back to Ice-T there for a second.
Yeah.
So Hawaiian Sophie was initially a little hesitant to accept induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And I even understand that. If from his point of view, I am not a rock and roll artist, just like Dolly Parton. Mm-hmm. She said, I am not a rock and roll artist. I do not belong in your Hall of Fame. And they said, fuck yeah, you do. They did the same thing with Jay-Z.
Right.
He says, I don't belong in a rock and roll Hall of Fame because I don't do rock and roll. He said, yes, you do. You don't then say, all right, well, if I'm going in to help you guys out by having me there, you need to change the name. That's not how it works.
No. That's somebody who believes his own hype.
Yeah.
He wanted the institution rebranded because he said the genre was dead.
And I'm not going to argue with that. Rock and roll, as most of us know it, doesn't really exist anymore. And that's why.
And tell that to the Rolling Stones, who are still fucking performing.
Yes, they are. But
Tell
they're not
that to
releasing new music.
AC/DC, who is still fucking performing.
Yes, but also not releasing new music. So I'm saying, as a genre, as we
Why do
know
they
it-
have to if they're still making money off of what was released?
Right. No, but as we know it, that genre is pretty much dead. Mm-hmm. Or it's been bastardized and twisted so much that you don't recognize it anymore.
Yeah.
That's fine. But you don't change the name of the institution because they don't
I
make
love the
stuff
fact
anymore.
we're getting Monday Night Raw
I know.
updates from John. First night on Netflix. I'll watch it after because now once it's on Netflix, you can watch it whenever the fuck you want.
Well, yeah, and I heard they can do like 40-minute episodes or 4-hour episodes. They're not going to nail it down to anything.
They are not doing a 40-minute episode. They'll do a 40-minute segment before they
Yeah.
do a 40-minute episode.
Yep.
During a recent interview with Vulture, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame chairman John Sykes revealed that Hawaiian Sophie would rather have been inducted into the Hip Hop Hall of Fame when his name was on the ballot. Sykes addressed calls for the Rock Hall to be renamed to reflect its expanded definition of the genre. Referencing inductee Missy Elliott's description of rock music's original sound as a gumbo, Sykes emphasized the need to do, quote, a better job of communicating to people where rock and roll came from before turning to Hawaiian Sophie. The best story to convey this was when a great friend of mine, Jay-Z, got inducted a few years ago. I was so excited, he recalled. But he told me, rock is dead. It should be called the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. And I said, well, hip hop is rock and roll. He goes, no, it isn't. And I said, we've got to do a better job explaining it. Little Richard, Otis Redding, Chuck Berry, these artists were the cornerstones of rock and roll.
Yeah.
If you look at the sounds over the years, these artists ended up influencing hip-hop. Sykes explained that, I mean, how many rock records are sampled on hip-hop
Yeah.
records?
How many
Sy-
times we say Joe Cocker records, you know?
Sykes explained that although Hawaiian Sophie hemmed and hawed, he showed up when he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021.
Yeah, he did.
Here's the thing. If he has such a fucking problem with it, take him out.
Yeah.
And tell him to go shit in his fucking hat.
Yeah.
The chairman
Say
concluded
he did not have to accept his nomination.
that made me feel like we had done our job to communicate that rock and roll is open to all. That year, he was joined by Foo Fighters, who are most definitely a rock band in the description of rock and roll today.
Yeah.
The Go-Go's, who were pop, but also could be considered a all-girl rock band. Carole King.
Band.
Carole King was not rock. Carole King was songwriter and folk. Todd Rundgren, most definitely rock and roll.
Yes.
I mean, the man had rock and roll hoochie coo.
He did. And he got some penicillin, took care of it.
And Tina Turner, who had some rock in her too. You listen to fucking Proud Mary and tell me there's not a rock influence in fucking Tina and Ike's Proud Mary.
Yeah, she took 14 shots to the dome just to make sure that you got the rock and roll.
It's an incredible honor. He said, growing up, we ain't think we could be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We were told that hip-hop was a fad, and much like punk rock, it gave us this anti-culture, this subgenre, and there were heroes in it. So once he got on stage, he kind of swallowed some humble pie
Yeah.
and acknowledged that, yes, everything kind of stems back from rock and roll, of course, stemmed back from the blues. Everything is kind of cyclical and builds upon other things.
Yeah.
And now, new school news.
Hit me.
All Hip Hop says, Lil Uzi Vert explains why leakers, not his music, are trash,
Okay.
and why whippets are bad.
There it is. Okay. And that is enough of that shit.
Why is he picking on one specific breed of dog?
I don't know.
Unless he's talking about sucking the helium out of a aerosol can.
Tell him, Rob.
That's
what
enough
about. Yes.
of that shit. That's right.
John's complaining about over-the-counter stuff. I don't know.
Yes, he is. You know what? You made it through hip hop headlines pretty well, my friend.
Thank you. I tried.
Just imagine how worse this would have been if you didn't take your magic mind this morning.
Yeah. No, that is a stacks on stacks on stacks.
Yes. We have heard the phrase, my daughter uses the phrase mental bandwidth.
Yes.
Because I forget who the hell said that first.
Mm-hmm.
What about mental wealth as opposed to mental health?
Yeah.
That's what I think this stuff does for me. I take it every morning. I do.
Yeah. Well,
And I actually got a second so that Janelle takes it too. She swears by it.
No, Rye was telling me that she believes, as I was saying, I was sick. She thinks I have RSV based on my symptoms. And I
Wouldn't
said,
shock me.
so one of the symptoms of that is confusion, mental lapses, and I don't
Brain
have
fog
that.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that, and I would attribute that to being on Magic Mind.
Yeah, if you weren't taking that, you probably would have the brain fog, because I have dealt with enough of this stuff. Like I said, in the last 2 months, we've been inundated with it.
Yeah.
And there are people coming in that are just, I almost wish I could take it, except for the fact that I don't have enough. I would take it into work and give it to people. But
Yeah.
then I'm running into a slippery slope. I can't just administer it at,
No. But you can't give them our code.
in a doctor's office. So that's what I do. I give them our code. And now we have a new code.
We do. And also, if you're not so much, I need the get up and get going coffee replacement, anti-brain fog, they also have a sleep formula. Mm-hmm. We'll talk more about that, though, in the coming days.
Yes, I have not tried that yet, but that is on my list of things to try, because lately I have not been sleeping well. Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, even with my CPAP, I have been sleeping well, but now that I've lost the weight too, I don't necessarily know
Right, if that's making
that
the
I
difference.
need the CPAP as much. But, I do, I'm sure I still snore because I don't think you're going to stop that overnight.
Cranky said, "You have me at sleep." Look,
Yeah.
hit him with the code so he can go order some of the sleep formula.
Yes, the new code we have is you can get this. It's a 45% off a Magic Mind bundle with our new link.
Yes.
It's at magicmind.com/throwback Jan.
Yes.
So the word throwback and then Jan as in the first 3 letters of January.
Yes.
So, yeah, 45% off the bundle. That's big savings, man.
Hell yeah, it is.
And that is well worth the savings to try if you have any doubts other than listening to us. Because,
Right.
we've said in the past, we don't just willy-nilly throw stuff out here
No.
if we don't use it and don't believe in it.
Exactly. We don't just accept advertisers because they want us to do their advertising.
No, this has been a game changer
Yeah.
for me specifically. I'm much more awake and alert in the mornings. I used to get tired driving into work, and I only have like a 7
Yeah.
to 10 minute commute. I don't have that problem anymore
Well, that's good.
because as soon as I get out of the shower, I pop one out of the refrigerator, pop it down nice and cold, and it's you can almost feel it hit you within like 30 seconds.
It's the citrus boost.
Yes. Which
Kickstarts.
I think it's also passion fruit flavored, if I remember
I think so,
correctly.
yes.
I think that's part of the flavor. But it is that's the other thing that I love about this is the fact that I've had these quote unquote green drinks in the past.
Yes.
And they tasted very green,
Very green, yes.
very earthy. No, this tastes like something I would make as a smoothie. And it's very easy on the throat to go down. It's easy on the taste buds. And it works. So give us a try. Give this a try. Tell them that we sent you. And the easiest way to do that is to go to magicmind.com/throwback Jan. 45% off your bundle. That's a deal. You know what else is a deal? Taking our first break of the evening. And when we come back, we're going to have some Woo News on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 571. Coming right back at you.
Yay. Apologies for the snotting. Do. Over here. Over here. I know it sounds like shit. I know. I feel like shit.
You'd feel even worse if you weren't taking that stuff in the morning. It's probably the only thing that's keeping you
Upright.
human.
Yeah. Ooh, we did Peking last week. I could take that out of there. Sorry. Otherwise, I'll be throwing things back in and go, what do you mean we did it? It's on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it there. Over here. Give me a drop. Drops of music. Go down here. We'll get to here. We'll get to here. Oh, that was loud. Then we'll come over here. We go to the media assets folder, which I'm still getting used to that being there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me get a quick little slug of some coffee.
My coffee's already gone.
Sorry.
Now it's gone. I had one sip left.
All right. So, Craig, what I was thinking about doing, I want to take the X-ray of my knee, and I'm gonna put it on a T-shirt, It's going to say disabled vet, some assembly required.
That'd be a great T-shirt to have in the shop.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard, Flap Jackson. I'm glad that they sent it to you.
I'm glad they sent it to you too. Are you a classic hip hop fan, Flap Jackson? If you are, you're in the right spot. Because as we come back from our break, we are going into a segment we call Woo News, which is all about the Wu-Tang Clan. So hopefully
And I'm
this
digging
is
your username.
There you go. Yes, we're digging the username too. So, well, welcome. Always nice to have new posse members.
Yes. All right. Well, let's kick into some Woo News. I'll hit this drop, and then the Woo News intro, and then we'll put on the show for a first-time viewer, Flap Jackson. So let's do that with a Shree. Who's your mama?
You can't play with my yo-yo. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out.
It's Yo Yeezy. Believe me, the flow gets better over the years. Can't unplay ways to get this cheddar. What's up, it's your girl Yo-Yo? You're listening to my boys, Jamie and Bill, on the only classic hip-hop podcast that matters. Mr. Throwback Thursday. Throwback.
The earrings I wear are called dolphins. Check the booty. That was kind of soft, and if you touch it.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 What's good, yo? This is Ghostface straight from Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct, Mr. Throwback Thursdays. Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, you God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, an old dirty bastard.
It's now time. News, Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy on it.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 571. Welcome to a new person joining us on the feed, Flap Jackson, joining us on YouTube, and I'm so glad that your YouTube page sent you to us, and we are certainly welcome to have you aboard. So, hope you enjoy this segment we call Woo News, and we have 3 pieces of Woo News for you. This is all about the Wu-Tang Clan. Hot New Hip Hop is going to bring us our first piece. Fallen Affiliate, we have a Fresh in Peace, reportedly a Fresh in Peace. Hasn't been confirmed. Hot New Hip Hop is reporting that Wu-Tang Clan affiliate Holocaust has reportedly died in police custody.
Now, I am not making light of any of this, but the source is the guy who cut his dick off and jumped off a building.
I was about to say, now we'll take this for what it's worth.
Yes, he Christ, could be 100% true. But
Christ Bearer has shared the news on his Instagram earlier this afternoon, actually.
Yes.
It's unclear what led to Holocaust's arrest. He said Holocaust just died in police custody, going to keep you all in tune of any information for any possible GoFundMe for family. He also added in the caption, I'm in contact with his aunt, who just told me as I told her this shit ain't right. Son did more time for mental illness than hardened criminals, and now he dies in their custody. I call bullshit. Yeah. Anyways, R.I.P. to one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, that's a big thing in certain states and counties and whatnot now.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a question of mental illness involved in the altercation, I guess, you know, the reason the police are sent out, they will bring a mental health professional to the scene with them.
They should.
Yes,
I mean,
it should be like that everywhere, but it's not. Because
as much as, you know, I come from a family of law enforcement personnel,
but they're not
there's
like
very minimal training as far as de-escalating a mentally unstable person.
Right.
De-escalating somebody who's not mentally unstable is one thing.
Right, but if you don't know what you're dealing with, you don't know how to deal with that person.
You don't know what exactly is going to trigger them, whereas people study this stuff and they study the behaviors and they know exactly what it is.
Big money to do it, yes.
Yeah. So fans, of course, express their condolences in the replies to the post. He says, nah, this can't be true. What the fuck? Rest in peace. I'm bugging out. Much blessing and my condolences to him and his family. Another said, I was listening to his music and thinking of him today. If this is true, may his murderers be put in jail for life. May his eternal soul find rest. Now, I'm not going to go out and call them murderers because we don't know the details.
Nope.
It just said that he reportedly died in police custody.
Right.
So,
and if there is more to follow up, we will follow up.
We will indeed. Next article, The Emperor. And this concerns Raekwon the Chef. Yes, dude's name was Holocaust. He was a affiliate of the Wu-Tang Clan, which I believe the number of affiliates of the Wu-Tang Clan is probably in the hundreds at this point.
Yes, it is the loosest term in all of hip hop.
You could be an affiliate. I don't know. Flap Jackson could be an affiliate. We don't know. We don't know Flap Jackson all that well yet. So I'm going to throw it out there. Do you know if you're an affiliate of the Wu-Tang Clan?
Not necessarily are you one. Do you know if you're one?
Do you know if you're one? Because I don't even know how you would know if you were one. For sure. There you go. There's your answer. So we have a full-fledged affiliate. Good. I feel a little smarter now knowing that. Raekwon the Chef has announced a new album called The Emperor's New Clothes. He's releasing this album this year. He says, a year of growth and development. Let's win 2025. The Emperor's New Clothes. Time to serve the masses this carefully sculpted shit. Not necessarily the
terminology.
No, or description I would come up with when I think of a carefully sculpted shit. It usually involves the proper amount of fiber in my diet, but that's something different entirely. Back to Raekwon. This new project marks Raekwon's 8th studio album, his first since 2017's The Wild. So that's 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Although he did tease a third installment of Only Built for Cuban Links back in 2020, it just never saw the light of day.
Right, yeah, it didn't make it to us.
In other Raekwon the Chef news, he has opened Hashtoria, the cannabis dispensary that he co-founded with Charlemagne the God and Bakari Sellers. This dispensary is now open at 799-805 Broad Street in Newark, New Jersey. Marking a milestone. Marking a milestone for the city and cannabis in the state. So congratulations.
Whenever I smell cheap cologne and raccoons, I know I'm in New Jersey.
I had to get it in there.
I can't say that his cannabis smells like cheap cologne and raccoons. I've never partaken of it, so
I don't believe that that's what he would have wanted it to smell.
I don't think he would have either.
No.
Let's stick with the chef for our last piece of Woo news, shall we? Tarantino, Leo, and the chef. Yes, we are from the Northeast. I am up in New York, about 75 miles north of New York City.
Which is where I'm from.
My partner here, the founder of Mr. Throwback Thursday, is originally from right down the street from me as we grew up. The United States Navy has taken him to Portsmouth, Virginia, where he now resides. So he is in the Mid-Atlantic area. I am in the Northeast.
Yes.
But he is New York born and bred. Don't let him fool you.
I just live here.
Tarantino, Leo, and the chef. Raekwon, according to allhiphop.com, has revealed that Leonardo DiCaprio pitched a Wu-Tang movie amid talk with Quentin Tarantino. Could you imagine Quentin Tarantino doing?
No. Okay. So like every time we do the Tragedy Gaddafi thing, it's from a Frank Caliendo bit.
Yes.
Where he says he would like to see the entire Wizard of Oz done by Robin Williams.
Who could do it? Right.
So he goes through the whole thing and he's like, written by Robin Williams, performed by Robin Williams, and directed by Quentin Tarantino. So that's where I get to my Tragedy Gaddafi thing. So when you mention Tarantino, that's the first thing I think of.
Savion Glover, where you never
seen him before.
Who was also on the Apollo tribute on
he should have been.
On the Kennedy Center Honors.
Well, it's not like Sandman Sims could have been there.
No. They did. They mentioned him very heavily in that. They should
have. He was a staple of the Apollo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he. I guess he had lost multiple times and then finally won like 20 times on amateur night.
Yeah.
So, Raekwon, I guess, has revealed that Wu-Tang was on the verge of working on a feature film chronicling their story with none other than Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm anxious to know who Leo would have played. He does not resemble anybody in the Klan.
No, he could have been what's his name? The guy who ran Loud Records.
He could have been. I was going to say he's going to be the Jerry Heller of that movie.
Yeah, Steve Rifkin. But no, I think he probably wanted to produce it or something.
More than likely.
He's a huge hip hop fan.
Or backed it, yeah. Well, I mean, Basketball Diaries is a hip hop movie.
Yeah.
So, during a compelling appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Wu-Tang Clan member Raekwon revealed his ambitious vision for a full-scale Wu-Tang movie after Rogan suggested none other than Quentin Tarantino as the ideal director of said movie.
Yeah. Now, I am not a Joe Rogan fan in general as a person. And his show.
Nor am I.
Whenever I've listened to his show, it's very much kowtowing to whoever's there.
Mm-hmm.
My
Does
cousin
that a lot.
Dan, my cousin Dan knows this, and he sent me a message the other day when I was in Jersey, and said, I would never recommend this to you because I know you hate him. He said, but you should really listen to this episode with Raekwon. He said, because the two of them just sit there and bullshit about old school hip hop like you and Bill do. I'm like, all right, well, I might have to check it out.
Yeah, I actually saw whether it was a YouTube or a TikTok of the portion. I think it was a YouTube because Raekwon was dropping N-words, of course, like he does. And they don't normally let that fly on TikTok, as you know.
TikTok is stupid.
So, yes, he passionately spoke about what a film could mean for fans and the legacy and how it would contrast with the Hulu series Wu-Tang: An American Saga.
Which I recall nobody was really happy with.
No.
It was like the
none of the
RZA
Klan
story.
members were.
No, it was like the RZA story.
Yeah.
And he had a hand in, and everybody else was like executive producer, so they were getting paid. But
feet rule everything around me. Freem. Okay. At first, Raekwon expressed confidence in Tarantino's ability to bring the gritty, authentic vibe necessary to capture their journey after Rogan laid out a synopsis of how the film could start. I could see, I've seen enough Tarantino movies to know he can get gritty and grimy with everybody.
Is he also shifty?
He could be.
He could be.
The rapper's dream took an intriguing turn as he recounted a past meeting with Leo to discuss the idea.
Cranky said Leo must be an affiliate.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he doesn't even know.
Tribe Called Quest frontman Q-Tip also played a major role in the early motion of the brainstorming stages of the project. He said, Q-Tip, a good friend of mine, had me and Leo sit down. We met at this small pizza shop in Brooklyn, one of his favorite spots. I wonder if extra cheese was $2 there.
Of course it is.
Raekwon continued, revealing that DiCaprio was a longtime Wu-Tang fan and showed immense enthusiasm for the project. He was like, yo, what do we got to do? Who do we need to talk to? So Raekwon took the idea to RZA, Wu-Tang's de facto leader, and attempted to convince him to pivot from the Hulu series toward a full-length feature film. I told RZA before we do this Hulu thing, I think we need to make a realistic, real-life movie of us. It shouldn't be nothing that we should play with because people need to know the real story.
Right. And Flapjack's got a good point here. Tarantino would stylize it too much.
You would know it's a Tarantino movie.
Right. It's kind of like the PlayStation 1 Wu-Tang Shaolin style game. It would be more like that. So it would be
I'm
like
sure it would.
Kill Bill meets some Japanese manga with the Wu-Tang Clan names in it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably pretty accurate. Despite RZA's interest in the concept, he had already committed to Hulu's project, which Raekwon admitted he was somewhat disappointed at the time, but still remains hopeful. At the end of the day, the Klan is the best, but one day maybe I might get a chance to show my version of it. Okay.
I would think that each member, aside from you, God, who's garbage, probably has their own version of how they thought that was going to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tarantino did that. Raekwon concluded by giving fans a taste of what his creative palate is salivating over when it comes to what he figures in his brain as the full-fledged meat and potatoes of the plot for a Wu-Tang film. He says the film is grand, a mix of Italian mobster flick and classic 90s era black crime thriller feature.
Right.
Kind of like Goodfellas meets Menace to Society.
See, now when you put it that way, I'd watch that.
I wouldn't turn away from it.
Yeah.
I'd give it its due diligence and see if it gripped me. The rapper believes the movie would offer a raw, unfiltered look at Wu-Tang's rise to greatness, something he feels it has yet to be fully captured. He says it can still be made just because there's a Hulu series. That don't mean shit.
No, it doesn't. That was a series.
And that is about as Raekwon of a thing to say as anything I've heard in this thing.
Yeah. Just because RZA had his vision put onto Hulu doesn't mean I can't have mine put into the theaters.
Mm-hmm. So I hope this gets made.
Yeah.
Because I would trust Raekwon's vision of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And maybe DiCaprio is the buffer between Raekwon and Tarantino to make sure it comes out right.
U-God, still the 9th best rapper in an 8-man group.
Yeah.
And ODB is still not alive. So
yeah, something
that is going to do
change.
It for Woo News. And that's going to bring us to record reviews.
Yes.
We have a lot of Outkast fans on here,
Yes.
Flap Jackson. So, and I think there has been talk in the past. I don't know who was talking about it, whether it was Big Boy at the time, because I don't think Three Stacks has any interest in doing any Outkast thing right now.
No, he does not.
So, Atlanta, Houston, and West Coast, yeah. Donald Glover could do something dope. He could.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree.
Donald Glover is just... I think he's retired the whole Childish Gambino persona.
But he can still play Childish Landino, so...
He can play Childish Landino, and...
You can get him to still do some stuff.
That's... You know, that's a Saturday Night Live skit waiting to happen.
It is.
If he ever gets back on there. Music time. It's time for our one and done for episode 571. The one and done is one that I've really had to look at because I
that's
was
good.
not familiar on it.
What? Seriously, though, you get 571 episodes in, you're not going to know all the one and dones anymore.
No. This record came out in 1991.
A number.
There you go. The title of the record, Doing Hard Time on Planet Earth. And the name of the group, your one and done for 571, Too Black, Too Strong, MMG.
Yeah, this is one of those, like Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs. So, like, Too Black, Too Strong is a dude, and MMG are the other guys.
Mm-hmm. I have 11 tracks on my list.
As do I. I didn't think we were going to be too far off on our accountability this time.
I love the fact that 3 out of the tracks have all the same runtime. They're all 4/3/2. There is no intro on here, so DJ Introduction is going to be very, very upset by this. So I'm sure John's going to call it garbage.
Probably.
Track number 1, Ghetto Blasta.
Yeah, y'all, New York's hottest with another hit. So get with it. Too black, too strong. MMG, Uptown's in the house, and we doing it a little something like this. And you don't stop. I'm the blaster that shatter glass. And if you get stupid, I'ma splatter your ass all over the concrete. You can't compete. Get beat up when you meet up with the elite. And who you gonna call 911? It's an emergency. And
Track
Jackson, yes, that's all we do.
Yes. Track number 2, Skulls.
Not Skills, that's a Gangstar song.
everywhere I look, I see them. Everywhere I look, I see them. Everywhere I look, I see them. Everywhere I look, I see them.
Look, you should not have a 30-second intro where you don't say anything except for
Other than Skulls.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it.
That's strike one.
Track number 3, Only the Strong Survive.
Yeah, it's called survival, my man. Cause only the strong survive in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I gotta do.
Is that the Addams Family intro?
It kind of sounds like it.
Marching, fuck the marching. I'm a marching and charging, coming on strong. Cause I gotta do what I gotta do to survive and stay alive and against all odds. So don't
He does not work on your farm like Tom.
No. Track number 4, Up in the Mountains.
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 You was with it, you did it. That's why you cuffed up, rough up, and you're all fucked up. Took it to the police and it's not decent, but that's overlooked. Shook up by your ass is being booked, fingerprinted and processed, then thrown in the pit like a pig that locked in a cell. Hell.
Track number 5, Across the 110.
Yeah, too black, too strong. MMG in the house, and we gonna do this one here in slow-mo. You know, smooth across the 110. Yo, holla, uptown in the house. MMG, we on the scene. The devil's food cake lover, and my man B.
Did he say the devil's food cake?
I think he did. I used to like Devil's Food Cake.
This is a strange record.
Track number 6, Iceman Cometh.
Yeah, we got a drop from him. He said that.
Police, man,
Yes.
Man, all up, man. The motherfucker laying all up in the hospital in a coma, man. Paralyzed. Hey, yo, man, that's why man. Come on, man. Let's go. Come on, man.
Police, man.
Iceman comma. Iceman comma. Rolling on a nigga. Iceman comma. Iceman comma. Rolling on a nigga. Yeah. This going out to that cock-sucking pig. Daryl Gates. Motherfucker. New York's hardest. Word up. Iceman standing on my street corner. Watching every move I make.
That could have been Iceman King Parson.
He was a
drop
Rudy
Poot in there.
He should have dropped a Rudy Poot in there. Track number 7. I guess you could call this the title track.
Sure.
Too Black, Too Strong.
Yeah, we gonna get real black on this track here. Kicking facts, dropping some of that knowledge on your brain. So pay close attention. I curse out America, cause I've been bleeding for the last 4 centuries. And the penitentiaries got a quarter of my people, and I'm held hostage, mental bondage. Cause I lack the knowledge, but I ain't taking it no longer. Cause I'm too black, getting stronger, and I never let up. I always keep my head up.
So if he gets stronger after being too strong, does that make him 3 strong?
Maybe. That maths.
Hmm.
Track number, I believe we're up to 8, are we not?
We are.
It's called War on Drugs. Is this where we fry an egg?
Yes. With the Glizzy Gobbler. Yeah, Flapjack's talking about aggressive intros, just pegging out the meters on the board.
Yes. Track number 9, Going All Out.
I'm not going out.
Going all out. Going all out. Going all out. Going all out. Going all out. Going all out. Going all out. Hey yo, we got Hank Tom in the house. We got my man Quiet Star from the TCP in here. We got my man 8-Bomb in the house blowing up. And you know the MMGs is definitely on the premises. And right now we gonna send this one out to all the sucker MCs popping those popcorn lyrics.
Why are you going to send things out to sucker MCs? They shouldn't matter.
Every time I hear MMG, I think, don't they keep putting things on our videos?
Yes. UMG, BMG,
MMG. Track number 10, Burn Baby Burn.
Not Burn Hollywood, Burn.
When I leave, you remember I said,
with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the
Because the red, white, and blue spit on you.
Too black, too strong, causing mass hysteria, trying to reach my freedom of speech.
Final track on the record, number 11, MMG Shootout.
MMG on the motherfucking premises, New York's hardest, and we got to get a shout out to the homeboy.
Not New York's best by any means, but New York's hardest.
Yes.
My nigga Big KK and my man Icy Mo. You know the A-bombs in the house blowing up. Why?
I'm just waiting to hear. As you can see, I cold smoked his ass.
That is your one and done for episode 571. Too Black, Too Strong, MMG doing hard time on planet Earth. I have no singles released off of this. I have no charting action for this.
Crazy talk.
All I have is what you heard for... That's a good question. Where do we rank Jay Dilla?
I say top 5 producers of all time.
I would say so.
I believe if we had a larger sample size, he could
easily be
possibly
top 3.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he left us way too early.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Drez to drop that Drez and Dilla.
Yes. Because he was, I guess, remember, he was in tight with Dilla's mom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah, him and Ma Dukes. Okay, we're going to have to do it for Fresh Flicks one night for the patrons. We'll do the Black Sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Biopic
or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Documentary, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good from what I remember. Yeah. Time for the record of the week.
Yes, because we do two records a week.
The record of the week comes to us from your artist of the month of January 2025. Your artist of the month is Curious. Remember, Curious was also known as Curious George.
Yes.
This
came out last year.
Yes, this is, I was going to say, the newest record.
Yeah, and
from
I wanted
Curious.
to use it earlier, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to hold off and use him as a artist of the month, and we can do it then.
It didn't just come out last year. It came out like 3 months ago,
Yeah.
if that. So this record released October 18th, 2024.
Yes.
On Rhyme Sayers Entertainment and Metal Face Records. This is Magician, spelled very uniquely.
Yes.
By your artist of the month, Curious. I have 12 tracks on this record.
I have 15.
Oh, yep. I have 15 as well. I missed the first 3 because mine are segmented as if it was a double album.
Double album, yes.
I've got A, B, C, and D. So I've got
You
3
can't.
tracks on side A,
Oh.
4 tracks on side B, 4 on C, and 4 on D. So mathing that out, that's 15 tracks.
Bill knows the D.
I'm sure that's in the bank somewhere.
I'm sure it's somewhere in there. I don't know. It's
Track
one of those that had to pull anything out.
I like 3 Hard Dicks a lot.
You know, just
Nice. Track number 1, Unknown Species.
already sounds like a cool Keith song.
It's got some Casio keyboard feel to
Yeah.
it, doesn't it?
I'm gonna take you upstairs for a ride.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, like this. We have now the data that makes sense of what previously has been very mysterious and unexplained evident.
Hanging like a chandelier, can kick it onto the curb like a can of beer.
Why did that sound like an 80s game show in the background?
It did.
Track number 2, Untainted.
youngins say drip, some say fresh. Pop out like an old timer on the Sunday best. Keep lyrics close to the heart till the done say less. Game is a joke, so full of frauds. Stay blessed. Follow your inner guard to escape the flesh. I'm like 90% sure paradise is next. For the simple fact of weakness, and it's like no stress. Then again, I could be wrong. We can burn them crisp. Women line you right up, better learn to resist. Even unintentionally, your ass will be hissed. Too dizzy, she out here in the midst of a mess. Face to face with the devil laying, resting and pissed. You know that just they say the road to hell is paved with intention.
Track number 3, 'Tis the Season.
Prequel to the sequel, made it more calm, more lethal, merciful, beneficial to more people. Official, find peace, energy all equal. Maybe some confusions with no room for hard feelings. Love, good health, more cribs with high ceilings. Up in the 40s, some of us near 50. We gotta understand and just bring my demons with me. Things are never perfect like we seem to iffy. Acknowledging the blessings, let the faith lift me. Since you different, they'll misinterpret. It's across the bear, you compare if it's worth it. It's always the kids suffer needed protection.
Maybe.
Track number 4, Eye of Ours.
Eye of Horus.
Horus, I'm sorry, you're right. Eye of Horus.
Opinions like assholes, we all got one. It pertains to this cash flow, nah, he not done.
I misread that.
You gotta get it, electricity is way
That's why
more
I'm
than money
here.
though. Aim for heart specific.
Keep you on point.
For a warrior, freedom and euphoria, and hear truth. This is Upper West for all of you. Before Cardi B, it was Hurricane Gloria. Raised that nutcracker from Nueva Victoria. Reppin' my Hispano, he throw me Boricua. And all my other brothers with these flames out the speakers. I don't do racial, give chicks facial. Just like killers, they prejudice, they just erase you.
This one should be easier to read. Track number 5, 1984.
A number.
Forever, ever.
Yeah, that's right. Send this out to my man P100 on song. Get it poppin' like fresh. Sleep if you want. Act like he ain't nice. Keep buying that bullshit at the same price. Hair was pristine one time. I came twice. Boxed in with no second chance like Ray Rice. Cause they football, we don't answer to y'all. If not summer, have them in the trance by fall. Rock steady. Upper West entitlements. Zulu Nation was strong here. No denying it. Roll with it. Like get your face with a tie rank and roll over.
Track number 6, Teach and Forgive.
Sounds like magic, attuned to the high, downright graphic. It's noontime, flies, minds move past it, and soon they'll know why it sounds like a classic. We can see the stars in the ether, used to see through smoke clouds in the reefer. A blue light knew right where to peep her. She disappeared into the night, I knew I couldn't keep her. At a loss for words, but drums keep expressing, analyzing the sums of all the lessons. Just taking life as it comes and all the questions. May never get the answer to one, but thanks for the blessings. Staying inspired brings hip-hop magic. See him turn all the way up and things run rampant.
I really like the way this sounds.
Yeah.
It's a smooth record.
Yeah, I remember hearing Curious George when he was on Pete Nice on his was that Dust to Dust album, and I was like, man, he can flow. And then like, I don't know what happened. I missed out on him after that. He had a bunch of stuff, and then when this one came out,
kind of very underground though.
Yeah, when I told you that I was listening to Pete, and I was like, man, so whatever happened to Curious? And then I saw this, I was like, oh shit,
There you have it. Track number 7, Separation Anxiety.
Who'd ever thought it? It's even more than money here for those who could afford it. Fly over so many heads, a chosen few caught it. Consider ourselves fortunate to flush it down the toilet. Some say to you it's too little, too late. Their imagination's a heart too brittle, too fake. Keep your dreams, see what's around the corner. Like hot peas and butter for bread, you get warmer. Better late than never, success greater than cheddar. We know it's having less, so the motto, the more the better. Slaughter the surviving, broaden the horizon, take account of what's there. Do all the itemizing, hands of time speeding, turning every hour. Absorb the negativity, turn it into power, turn it into currency. Learn it to devour.
Track number 8, Cow's Eye.
Not White Chocolate Eye.
No.
A lot of juice shared, still learning. Emptiness in the heart, stomach is still burning. Just a part of the art, planets are still turning. Metal face, metal mask, set the pace, get the task. Been shed light on most of the questions they have yet to ask. Eternally, for MIC, only we, save we. It's like the other day, see it all in HD. What a break from the norm, to elevate to the dawn. Vibrate at a higher state, create, transform. Pushing pens to the top.
That almost didn't sound like a sample. That almost sounded like that
live music
instrumentation was supposed to be part of that as an actual integrated piece of music, not something they pulled from something
Maybe
else. It was nice though. Track number 789. Bacalao Opera.
Cruise through the streets of Metropolis, a dark night, edge of the seat like apocalypse when he spark mic. Not pure, not a part of us, not our type. See light, adrenaline rush like beef on sight. But this here's peace, free to call, redeem it all. Let's agree to ball, plus believe in y'all. The positive elevate, the rest are free to fall. All haters can SMD and try eat it all. Power to cut through crap like laser beams. Pow,
You heard the man. SMD and eat it all.
This record's really good. Track number 10, Magical Journey.
Respect time, so it respects us. This could be it, there may not be a next bus. It's all gravy, just live it, that's all, baby. Pure magic that emanates up and elevates. Help haters to cope with love that generates. Or make them hate even more, cause hate desecrates. It don't matter, it don't penetrate. Fuck you, relax and ventilate. Soon as you open your eyes, everything is clear. It's just something about the morning helps you persevere. Just before you hit the snake pit, another day, another dollar. Persevere.
This next track might be my favorite title on the whole record.
At a talk show?
Track number 11.
Nipsey says you can hear Doom's influence. You most definitely can.
Absolutely, you can, yes. Track number 11.
Talking it up.
Barry Gibb.
On the Barry Gibb talk show.
A second will provide much truth like a confessional. Tough on this, it's medicinal. Prevent your own thoughts from oppressing you. Curious onslaught, boys on radio, but that rhyme style still bought. This here's home cooked. Call me a stone crook. I steal light, found you in the phone book. Bitch, yeah. Hands high, celebrating, yell. On this ride, man, it seems we renovated well. Feel a rush like the elevator fell. Living in a well-decorated hell. High price Cali.
Track number 12, Par for the Course, featuring Mr. Fantastic.
I guess it's a celebration, stretch of imagination that travels through limitations, arrive at destination. Welcome, glad you came. Go straight to baggage claim and get everything you deserve despite hate from average lane. Fuck, get a dose of these savage flames. Can't contain, bust through damage and frame. Hold it down, this is life, manage the pain. Plus it's nice to see you cruising, kid, you back in your lane. Thank you. Getting up after you fall, hey girl.
Track number 13. Featuring Homeboy Sandman. It's called Open.
Not Sandman Sims.
No.
What's the motive? Begin with a question, coming from an open heart. Beethoven's art, Mozart, Brahms, frequencies that calm the typical chaotic nature, playing like a Masonic player. Power with harmonic layers, prophecy of rhyme sayers often go unseen. Power of the hidden prayer, decorate your subconscious, alleviating some nonsense. It's been around too many years, replacing it with something honest.
Track number 14 is a magic interlude.
The song. Hope you enjoyed that presentation. Time, man. Yeah, I say thank you to everybody. Like we're in the 90s, man. It's like Midnight Marauders, man. The tribe thing, you know. I want to say unification is needed. We lost many on the way. It's your dream. Welcome to Magician, man. This is that place that never ends, you know. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is Curious the Magician, man. Anything that's not love and respect, Magician ain't about me, though.
Drop that negativity right there.
Last track on the record, number 15, Come Back.
Baby, come back.
Back. Loose cannon, runaway train, locomotive with raw steam, water, and butane, slaughter and so devoted. Trying to finish for the high diminish. Sign grimace, like by the minutes they trying to kill us.
He's like the Mets, he signed Grimace.
That is your record of the week for episode 571. Magician by Curious, your artist of the month for January of 2025. And I don't have any singles on that one either, and I don't have any charting action, but that was a really, really good record.
Well, yeah.
That was an easy listen.
And there's a Barry Gibb reference.
You can never have enough Barry Gibb references. Now, I understand. I can understand we are a hip-hop show.
Yes,
but
most definitely.
But I love me some Barry Gibb. I always loved the Bee Gees, so can never have too many Barry Gibb.
Not liking the Doobie Brothers. I mean,
it keeps you running.
It does.
So does coffee, and so does Magic Mind. Yeah. Artist of the month, Curious. Your record of the week with Magician. Your one and done for this week was Too Black, Too Strong. Late breaking entry into what we've got going. We have an old to the new.
We do. That I'm a little bit hesitant to play because I'm not sure I want it associated with us, but that's not what this is about.
No, this is about us bringing
back.
Right. This is about us bringing new music from old school artists, whether we think that they're batshit crazy or not.
Something about the affecting flies, but not water. I don't know.
Yes, something along
water,
those
but
lines.
not flies. That's what it is.
So we have an old to the new for episode 571. It comes to you from Lord Jamar.
Yes.
It is called The Elephant.
As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Shout out Maricans and Jamaicans. I know you think I'm hating, but you had no influence in creation of this hip hop. Your participation was tip top, but Black Americans showed you how to rip shop. Have you forgot that we taught you how to dress? Back then, coming out looking like a mess. Y'all were dumbing out, tank tops made a mess, shoes clunky. We showed you how to get funky fresh, amongst the best. We helped you learn the language, so at school you wouldn't flunk the test. Let's address the elephant in the room. The elements came from Bam, the man grooms. Breaking just another dance that came from the culture. Don't be like the other man and act like a vulture. All day influences, FBA. I'll say it's true right to this day. As you assess such an elegant tune, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. The elephant. You assess such an elegant tune. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Okay, the sun is 93 million miles away. If it was, then why is it dark in space? The sun and moon are right here in the atmosphere. It's clear. Just that information that these bastards fear. I send an invitation to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Want to debate him because I feel that his ass lying. How is the fly defying gravity? If it's holding down the ocean, that's a ridiculous notion. The water always finds its level. It can't curve on a ball, but y'all to have the nerve and the gall to call me a flat earther, like I'm a bad person. Shit is sad when I see the ignorance worsen. And I know this doesn't jive with the lessons, but I will always be a 5 to my essence. I think it's time we address it. Renew our Quran, what we need to do, word is bond. As you assess such an elegant tune. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. The elephant. You assess such an elegant tune. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room.
You're old to the new for episode 571, Lord Jamar with The Elephant. Decent production.
Yes, I'm not going to knock that at all.
Jamar's still fucking nuts.
I will say, I do not speak on things that I don't know.
Maybe Jamar should take that same tact.
Yes, I have sailed many, many, many miles on the oceans and the seas, and I have never fallen off the end.
No, because it's round.
Yeah, well, and the sun does not exist within our atmosphere.
No.
I am not a scientist, but these are things that I know.
Right.
I can't explain the whole fly in the water thing. I'll give him that.
I don't explain that either.
But I'm not.
I also don't know chaos theory. I don't know any of that stuff.
Yes, but I'm not using that as a proving point that the Earth is flat.
He's whether he wants to admit it or not, he's a flat earther and he's nuts.
Yes,
but the record,
and the third best member of his group.
Yes, and if you can get past the crazy lyrics, the production on the song was not bad.
Yes, I concur.
Old to the new for episode 571, The Elephant. Artist of the Month, Curious, brought you the record of the week with Magician, and then your one and done was Too Black, Too Strong, MMG. Doing hard time on planet Earth. It is time for us to take our final break of the day. And when we come back, Flap Jackson, if you are still here, you are going to be exposed to something new that we call Bill Reed's lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 571. I'm so excited for him. I almost missed the name of the show. So come on back to episode 571 in just a moment.
How about How about you talk to the posse for about 3 minutes?
And you do your thing.
Yeah, I gotta go, seriously clear my nose. I'll be right back.
Well, I have to talk to at least one member because he just said, Bill. So I said, John. What's going on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, John? How's that going? Because I haven't been able to see anything. I've been trying to kind of keep up with it. And the other thing that I wanted to ask, did anybody watch Nikki Glaser on the Golden Globes? I did not get to see it. I understand that she was very funny, was much better than Joe Coy was last year. I'm not so sure that's really saying much, but from what I understand, she hammered people in a respectful yet funny way. So we shall, I'll have to go online and watch her full monologue. Oh, I'm looking at the highlights of, yeah, I see a title change happened. I don't know if that's what you were talking about. I do believe that, trying to think of, Liv Morgan has a problem with people whose initials are RR. Did you notice that, John? It started with Ronda Rousey. She's now with Raquel Rodriguez, who is probably going to turn on her soon. And, of course, Rhea Bloody Ripley. All these people with RRs in their name have to mix it up with Liv Morgan, who, I'll give credit where credit's due. She has taken the mantra of the head woman in that division and ran with it. I don't like the character. I don't like heel Liv Morgan. I don't think she pulls off heel well. I think it's forced. Probably because I've seen way too many interviews where she just doesn't have that heel in her. Whereas Ronda Rousey was a bitch, so she could pull off heel. So, but it looks like your women's champion is once again Rhea Bloody Ripley. And congratulations to her. Well, there you have it. Yes, she should take on Roman Reigns. He's an RR too. She can wear the Lola Falana or whatever it's called. The Ula Fala.
Okay.
I love to call it the Lola Falana because it pisses off people online. I'm not normally a troll, but I do think that the whole bloodline thing has been played out way too long. Anyway, welcome back, sir. How's your nose?
About half empty, I think.
Well, that's better than what it was.
Yes, most definitely. All right. We pull up
that motherfucking piano.
Yeah. It's over here. Put that over there. Apologies to everyone. All right. So I'm going to hit this drop. And then I'll hit the Burl intro, then the disclaimer, and then we'll get into it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then let's do that with a Shree. Who's your mama?
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Fresh, and I want to shout out boy, Jamie and Bill never ran will. Throwback Thursdays, and it's live, down right here on the podcast. 6 years strong, and still rocking all night long. Mr. TBT, and I'm an MC. And this is how it's supposed to be. Much love and respect to everybody out there that's checking out my boys, Mr. TBT, Jamie and Bill, putting it down, throwback Thursday, as we go something like this. Hit it. Much love.
But it starts with Bill.
Preston. It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right, left to right. Words together is a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headache. Right off for any cramps. Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Hello. This is Bill Reed's Lyrics. It is an educational discussion of artistic expression and creativity of modern lyricists. Bill may recite explicit or offensive language. Professional supervision is suggested for sensitive listeners. The average views and opinions within these lyrics are not necessarily those of Mr. Throwback Thursday or its hosts, and will be in the area of 160 WPMs. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, humor-heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 571. It is indeed the properly disclaimed
Bill
Reed's Lyrics. If Flap Jackson is still with us, Bill reads lyrics, as you may have heard, is Jamie will pick lyrics from a hip-hop song that are usually quite controversial and usually quite risque. He will present them to me, sight unseen. I have no idea which ones he's choosing. I will read them as if it is story time at your local library. And
fun is had by all.
And fun is had by all. And people
Except
will
Bill
laugh.
mostly.
Yeah, I'm the one who usually gets embarrassed by it, but that's fine. So, would you be a mensch?
Yes, sir.
And send us over some Bill Reads lyrics,
some
please.
fakakta lyrics, yes.
Some fakakta. Yeah.
So what you're going to do here is go to verse 4, and it's labeled in capital letters, verse 4, like it's yelling at you.
It kind of is yelling
Yes.
at me. That's 3. There you go.
All right. So with no type of ado.
Never
Sesame
any.
Street Grover Styley, whether nearer or further, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
Now, I've got game like Parker Brothers. Play Monopoly on top of me while we do each other. Roll a dice on your chest. I hit 7. I won. By the time I roll 11, I bet you'll come. When you get past go, you'll get a fuck free card and a guarantee that all night the dick will stay hard just for you. Run back, side to side, till you come. Till you can't come no more. From inside, if you say I'm nasty, you hoes should grow up. 'Cause I'll do things to you that will make the average man throw up. Like push the bush and cut the grass with the mower. Lick it up high, then lick it down lower. A shame. Ain't no shame to my game, 'cause you only live once. And telling lies is lame, so I'll be mean to the people who know of me. Still getting pussy from the ladies, singing erotic poetry.
Well done.
Thank you.
You survived yet another lyric.
What is that? Eshams?
Yes.
So that was Bill Reads lyrics for episode 571. For
It was
those
indeed.
who have never heard it before, my apologies.
Look, that's why we disclaim stuff.
We do not have a foosball update anymore. The
We do
foosball
not.
season is over. Congratulations to the good doctor, Dr. Tim.
Yes, yes. And next week it will be taken out of the show notes, but as of now,
That's
it's still
fine.
there.
Football's still going on. It's just the fantasy
True.
season has ended, which is a shame because I probably would have done very well this week with the people I had on my
with the
roster.
people you had, yeah.
The hat has been changed.
All right, then would you please proceed to take us the fuck home?
Because Bill has turned into Phil.
Yes.
So I will take me home. Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 571, brought to you in part by Def Rugs. Handmade, high-quality hip-hop themed rugs brought to you by the original Rug E Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business associate, the green-eyed bandit, Eric Sermon. Get yourself a Def Rug. Go to defrugs.com, or you can find them online at Facebook, the artist formerly known as Twitter, or Instagram, all at Def Rugs, DEFRUGS. We have a good friend who lives up in Schenectady, New York. Her name is Heather Lent. We know her as because she is the proprietor of Bittersweet Candy Company, where she makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
Check them out on Facebook at bittersweetcandy.com as well, where you can place your orders And you can use our code THROWBACK, THROWBACK, to save 10% off your order at bittersweetcandy.com. Go support our good friend Heather. Melted Mics, MLTDMICS.com, hip-hop themed t-shirts from the man who gave us the greatest opening theme song in hip-hop podcast history, our good friend Plumbus.
Yes, as Craig G calls him.
Pumice T. Mendola. Melted Mics at MLTDMICS.com. Use the code MR Throwback Thursday and receive 10% off of your order of t-shirts at meltedmics.com. Etsy.com. You don't. Neither do I. Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Hip-hop and pop culture themed items from the sick, twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday and his sick, twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday. Go check out meltedmics.com or Etsy.com/shop/geek like you. As I completely forgot which line I was reading. Etsy.com. Yeah, you know what? Mr. Throwback Thursday is his code. Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. I have plenty of Geek Like You items. They are well worth what you pay for them. And I want to thank Geek Like You, by the way, for the patrons' Christmas ornaments this year.
Yes.
They were excellent. Mine, I had my two from the last 2 years right next to each other on my tree, which has now been put away and will be saved until next, probably December 20th. So
and who knows? Maybe I'll have another one next year.
Yeah, we're running out of cartoon ideas, so we'll have to see what we come up with. Social media network for the show. Don't forget to visit us at www.mrthrowbackthursday.com, mrthrowbackthursday.com, the homepage for everything about Mr. Throwback Thursday and the show. You can check out the Posse Wall of Fame. You can check out prior episodes of the show. You can check
Wall
out
of Fame, you will see Mr. Cranky Pants with his TBT Posse tattoo.
The first ever TBT Posse tattoo. You can also check out friends of the show. You can check out basically everything that there is on MrThrowbackThursday.com. You can also leave us a voice message by going to that little microphone that follows you all over the place called Hit Us Up. It gives you about 1 minute and 20 seconds of uninterrupted time to say what you want to say.
Whatever the hell you want to say.
And we will play it on the air without listening to it first. We play it blind so that we can...
No pre-screening.
Play it deaf, I should say, because we've never heard it before. And... I mean, you could tell us we're great. You could tell us we suck. We'll never know until you leave us a message and we play it on the air.
And who knows if it'll get edited out or not.
That's called Hit Us Up. So go do that. You can also follow us on our social media accounts. Follow us on the artist formerly known as Twitter at @the_MR_TBT and Bill_MR_TBT. That is also my Instagram handle. Jamie Instagram is MR Throwback Thursday. That is also the TikTok page, because TikTok is still open, has not been shut down yet. So you can check out little snippets of the show on the Mr. Throwback Thursday TikTok page. It's a pretty good follow. I repost every time we do.
You're the only one, but people do it.
So I make sure that gets done. And you can also send us emails if you wish. MrThrowbackThursday@gmail.com. If you have any news that you think is valid for the show, send it to us.
Yeah.
And we always give credit where it is due for people who provide us with articles. You can also check us out every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern on Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phone. From our good friend DJ B, the proprietor of Freshtopia down in Virginia.
Yes.
And we're on right after the All Request Thursday, which you can also be a part of by tweeting your requests to @RealFreshRadio on the artist formerly known as Twitter. It is shout-outs time. We are going to start our shout-outs this week with Gail Dunmire, Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Clay Arsenault, the Shrieking Warrior, Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ahoy Mateys, Captain Ricky Schnarr, Mr. Cranky Pants, Brian Hollenbeck, the legendary Kevin Van Buren, Robert Jeffroy, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, Wanda Calamia, and Lion Linwoodell. They get mentioned every single week, and that's because...
or more.
If you want to get your name mentioned every week, become a patron.
Or
start your own show. Patreon.com/MRTBT. Or you can go to MrThrowbackThursday.com. There's a link that'll take you right there as well.
There it is.
Don't forget our friends in the industry. As always, check out our good friends over at 1980s Now. That is Will with his co-hosts Kat and John.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Anthony Imran and the Felty American Rug Boy over at Jock and Nerd Podcast. Check out our friend Talking Ty on her show, What's the Word Podcast with Brooklyn Ty NYC. And the hardest working turntablist in the world, we've mentioned him a couple of times on this show. That's DJB
the one
at
and only.
itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phone. We also want to mention that we are on Wild One Radio at wild1radio.com, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe no matter where you see the show. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when we go live.
I never remember to do this. Everybody says, and hit the bell so you get notified when we're on.
Yes, hit the bell.
That's a thing we're supposed to say.
Subscribe and hit the bell.
We're bad at the social media thing.
And you will be notified when we are live, when we are on, and when new episodes come out.
Yes.
So go subscribe and hit that bell.
Yes.
You can also find us wherever you find podcasts on every possible podcast
and
platform there is.
If you have a podcast player and we're not there,
let us know.
Let us know so we can get there. I know everybody has their own favorite one that they like to listen on. I used to like to listen on Stitcher, and then Stitcher went away. So.
Right. But I thought that was back.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I tried to play it on Stitcher. I mean, not us because I don't listen.
Yeah.
To
no. Well, I listen to us on Apple Podcasts because I'm an Apple guy.
Yes.
So with that all being said, don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Please leave us reviews.
Yeah. Because
if you haven't yet, that helps us. That helps our algorithm. Helps us
get sponsors.
Yes, with our ability to get sponsors, and just don't be the kind of dumbass who leaves a 1-star review with no description,
with nothing.
So that guy can eat a dick, whoever that was. Anyway, go find us, share the good
have
word.
To be specific. We don't.
Take good care of yourselves. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
And until next time, everybody, keep it classic.
And like Kool Keith said, where the public find it amusing and quite odd, and between the sheets, discreet women call me Nimrod.
I feel sorry for you. And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.